Morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, Nikki, welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
What do you do at the library?
I'm the PR and graphics specialist.
Okay.
So I help Jenna occasionally with certain parts of the website.
Gotcha. You do like the event images and stuff, I
Yeah.
assume. Okay, cool. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
And is there
they're
anyone
very
else
nice
joining?
designed. I believe Jenna. Are we waiting for Jenna?
She was here.
Okay.
Do you use Photoshop to design the pictures or some other tool?
We do sometimes. It's a combination of Photoshop and Canva.
I know it's Canva. Yeah, it's so easy to design pictures with Canva. I need to switch to that.
It helps with resizing things for different platforms, so it's an easy tool.
Yeah, it's like a drag and drop. You don't have to know like a lot of advanced stuff like Photoshop, really.
Yeah.
I've been just so used to using Photoshop literally for the past like 10 years that I don't want to switch. Yeah. But yeah, Canva, I heard like they have like, really intuitive tools and, like templates. You can, just copy and paste text to them. Yeah. Just pretty cool.
It is really great when you have to resize stuff for like different uses and you want to use the same or similar design. I used to use a lot at my last job.
Oh, okay. So like, for example, if you need the picture to be resized to like a phone, you can do that.
Yeah, or like we had a TV screen behind the circulation desk that we had like a slideshow. So like, to design slides for that at the right, ratio and stuff so that it wasn't like really tiny on the screen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so that it looked right when it went through the slideshows.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you guys use like a specific software for the slideshow, or just flash drive and DVD or something?
Yeah, where I was before, we just put it on a flash drive and plugged it into the
Okay.
TV.
Oh, okay, cool. It's funny. I think at some point, Local Hop is trying to develop a feature like that. Is that right, Sean?
Yeah, something for basically broadcasting to TV screens at some point. That'd be one of our features that we would like to push out. But that's funny because you're talking about resizing images. I think Ron was literally yesterday helping create a logo for me to put on a basketball jersey for Gus Macker, which is like a basketball tournament we do every year. So that was very helpful too.
Yeah, we use Bright Sign Network for our slideshows here
Yep.
on the TV screens, and we just upload a slide that we save as a movie file.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because that helps you kind of schedule it out on the TV too, right?
Yeah,
Right.
it does, and you can kind of put in a time frame you want and drop and drag it in, and it's pretty easy.
Yeah, because I previously worked at Rochester Hills Public Library. They did the same thing. They used Bright Sign as well.
Yeah.
But do we want to get started, or
Yeah,
is Jenna
Jenna said
still?
she's having technology issues.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
restarting her computer to see if that solves them.
Yeah, we can wait for her.
Sounds good.
for a few minutes.
I could go over like a brief overview of what we're going to go over. So we'll be kind of going through the dashboard for WordPress, and then I'll show how to kind of create a page from scratch, duplicating or cloning a page, and then editing like the existing pages and like specific modules on those pages. And then we'll go over specific like blogs, events, and then some of the pages that have kind of more unique modules like websites for kids and teens. We'll go over the alert banner, forms, and then the header and footer, kind of editing those and editing the menus. And then our custom business hours plugin and adding users. And then feel free at any time, kind of while we're going through stuff, if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt, or we'll have questions at the end as well. So that was kind of like a quick spiel.
I just have a quick question. I know Jenna, I think, was going to record this. Do we have a capability to do that, or?
On this line, it is being recorded. So I mean, after this, we will also have this recorded, and we're kind of going to send it out as a YouTube link to you guys, and it'll be broken up into sections. So you can always go back to each section kind of to either slow down and look through certain things, or so that way, if we are going kind of fast through some stuff, you can always go back to it. And then we'll also be sending documentation afterwards for everything that we go over. That'll have screenshots and kind of be more in depth. So you'll have both those resources. Yep, for sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. And we can always email us if you need help with specific thing that we didn't cover. We'll send you instructions, or if you want us to do it too, we can. All right, Jenna.
Hi, sorry about that.
No problem.
Computer was having a fit.
Just restart.
Yep, and that did it.
That'll do it. All right. So, Jenna, I just went over kind of a brief overview of what we'll be going over today. But I could probably get started. Feel free at any point kind of interrupt or ask questions, and we'll also have time at the end for questions. This will also be recorded, and we're gonna send it to you as a YouTube link, which will be sectioned out for like each section, so you can kind of go look where you might want have a question on something or something like that. And we'll also be sending over documentation afterwards with screenshots and everything more in depth, so you have that as a resource as well. That was kind of So if we're all good, I'll share my screen.
All right, go for it.
Let's see. All right, so this one. All right, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, cool. So this is the WordPress dashboard that when you log in, you'll be seeing this. If you happen to go to a any regular page on the site, then you will have. All right. You'll have kind of the options up top like this, and here you can go to your dashboard, and then you can go to your menus here as well. And this theme customizer is kind of for updating CSS, custom CSS, so you don't really have to worry about that as much. Here is where you can create, so these are kind of like quick links to the dashboard, but here you can add a new post or media or page, and then we'll go further into events and resources later. Those are for specific pages, and you can do a new form here as well, or edit a page either through here or go to enable visual builder to kind of edit it through Divi, and we'll go over that more later. So then I'll go to the dashboard. All right, and then this is what like the WordPress dashboard will look like. This is kind of just brief overview of things, and it has some recently published items and stuff like that. It's not really, you won't spend a lot of time there. Here you have your posts. This is like for the blog posts / news. And here you can add new posts and update them through the Gutenberg editor. You can add new and add categories or tags if you would like. Then we have events. The events will be tied to certain pages that have like featured events. For example, the home page, the featured event on the left, and those 4 other events. And I'll just briefly go over it right now and then go into a little bit more detail later. But here it's similar to posts, except it's not done with kind of Gutenberg editor. And then we have the resources. And the resources, these tie to the websites for teens and kids. Yep.
Yeah.
So they tie to those.
Yeah.
And it's also edited similarly to events, like you can add a new resource, and we'll go over those later in more detail. Media is where you can add, you can go look at any of your media images and you can add new images. You can also create categories so that you can kind of organize it if you have if it ends up being a lot of photos at some point. And then the forms here, right now there's just the contact us form, but here you can create new forms and edit them as needed. And then you have your pages. You have a list of all the pages that have been created. You can edit them here. You can also add a new page here, which is similar to adding a new page from up here. And then projects you will not be using, so you don't have to worry about that. Rank math right now either. And then in appearance here, you have customize, which again ties to the custom CSS. Briefly go over that. This you won't really have to worry about, but if you ever did need to look at something or edit something, everything's been kind of commented in for those that are more familiar with it, and this is where you can do some custom CSS. And then you have your menus here. This is where you can edit the various menus, the about menu, main menu, so various menus throughout the site. And then we have the users, and here will be all the users, and you can edit them as needed and add new users. And then for tools, this will have this will be for the custom business hours plugin, and we will go into that in more depth later. And that kind of automatically and dynamically updates the hours that are on the site. And then the only other item worth mentioning here is the Divi, the theme builder. And this is where we'll be editing, where you can edit the header and the footer as needed. Or like the body for pretty much all the blogs or custom posts, they have the post, they have a certain style, and that's where you can edit it here. All right. So any questions so far? This is just kind of like a quick, just to go over the dashboard items that you may be using. If not, I can then I'll go to create a new page. And I'll go to it from here. And I'll just call it example page number 1. I can delete this later, but you can use the default editor for those that are familiar with Gutenberg editor. You can do it that way, but we normally use Divi Builder, and it has a lot more powerful capabilities. So that's how you'll be creating pages if you need to do so.
Yeah, and to chime in there, you typically use the Divi builder if you want to make more powerful pages like carousels or images or menus. That's when you'd use that. If you use the classic editor, that's more for like news articles that have just text and images. So that's kind of the distinction there.
Yep. And yeah, that's so, and like to, I guess, go one step further on that. So it's mainly posts or news will always usually be the Gutenberg editor, and pages will be the Divi builder. And you have 3 options here: build from scratch, choose a pre-made layout, or clone existing pages. The main 2 that you will be using if needed will be the build from scratch or the clone existing page. I'll show the clone existing page later, but for now I'm just going to go through this example and build it from scratch. And so first I'm going to do I'm going to kind of recreate one of the pages that are already there so you can see how it's created. And I'm going to do the volunteers page, and I can show that real quick. Yeah, so we'll be creating this page. And first you can see that it has this side menu. So to get this side menu, right now this blue area that you can see, that's the section. The green will be the row, and there's going to be black items that will be modules. So I'll create a new section here that's going to be a specialty section, and to do that you'll see this kind of plus sign, add new section. I'll create a specialty section, one like this for the side menu. And then I'll add a row from the library since I have it created. And there will be template rows, modules. And like, for example, for the heading row, for some of the ones that are kind of a little bit more custom. So it's easier for you to add quickly and not have to update a lot of it. And then to get the side menu item, you can see now there's this item in black. It's for adding modules. And then this is all the modules that we do have. So there's a lot of modules, like for example, a text module you'll be using a lot, or if you needed to add an image, there's an image module. You can add accordions, carousels. There's a large list for you to be able to use. And for here, I'm going to add from the library again for the side menu, which the about menu. And then that gets us that. Let's see. Okay. And then I'm going to add another row below. And I'll add a text. Oh, actually, what I want to do here, and I can either do it as you add a row, you can add it to be kind of 1 or 2 columns or 3 column rows. Since I accidentally made this one a 1 column, I can also adjust it from here. So I made this a 2 column row. We're going to have 1 column kind of for the about and text underneath, and then for the image. So for the about, we can add a text module, and then we'll add one for the header. And I just copy pasted from here, but if you needed to change the heading, you could change it here or make it paragraph. But since it's heading 2, it's going to automatically look a certain way by default. And I'm going to move this so you can kind of see it better. Okay, there we go. So that's the about. And then I'll add another module underneath. You can add like this. And just to go over some of the other options that you have here. So this is to add a new module. Here you have the settings for the module. This is so you can kind of move the module, like I can move it to the right or the left. Let's move it so it's here. All right. And then this is to duplicate the module. So you can duplicate it as much as you want. I believe this here is to save the module to library. And that's if you wanted, if there was a certain new module that you created that you would like to use on different pages, you can just save it to the library. Or alternatively, you can also copy it from a page that's already been created and just paste it. And to do that, you would kind of go here. You can copy this module, and then let's say right click here, and you could paste the module. And you can do this from page to page as well, if you have it open on multiple screens. And then this is to delete the module. And then let's see from here. I also wanted to show some of the settings. So here you can kind of in the you can either choose it to be a paragraph or a different header, which I want it to be heading 2. If you wanted it to be a hyperlink, you can add that here. You can also add a link to the module. That's kind of this content usually is kind of the like developer tab, and it's more for the functionality or the content updating as it says. And then you have the design tab, which this is where you can update the text color, or this is for hyperlink color, and I think it'll say it if you hover over. I could show that in the regular text. This is for the paragraph color, this text right here, and then like for the heading, you see here for heading 2, this is what your heading 2 is like currently going to look like. And these are defaults that are there. You could also change sizings and spacing if you wanted to add more padding or less padding or margin below and above modules. And this spacing and sizing and some other ones, this design also goes for rows as well as sections. You can add borders if needed. And I'll go over some of these other items a little bit more as I go through modules. And then this advanced tab, you won't be using as much, but this is more kind of ties into that custom CSS that I showed earlier. You can create classes here.
Can anyone hear him? I think you just cut out, Deshaun. But to add on to what he was saying, basically content is the main thing that you're going to be using. That's how you just change the text of the block. And then design is something that we do globally across the website. So typically you don't really have to touch that unless if you want to. And then advanced is anyone that you have a developer on the team or something like that, and they want to go in and do their own styles. That's when you would be kind of touching that side. So just kind of want to let you know about that.
Yep. Can you hear me now or no? Still no?
Yep.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, good. All right. Whew. technology. I was hoping I wouldn't have to restart. Okay. So that's that for this text module. Now kind of go further through this example. I'll add another text module, and you can either search it up here and then find it, or just kind of scroll down to it. Here's my other text module, and then I'm gonna just kind of copy paste this text from here. And I'll get that. And I think like the spacing is a little bit less here, so to update the spacing, and you can kind of see that there's some margin here. That's like this shaded area. You hover over it, and I can update that here and get that a little better. And then I will add an image on the right. The image, okay. Add that image, and then this is the image module. It's fairly straightforward. You can adjust the alignment or sizing here if you needed, and spacing, kind of like what I showed with the text module. But to add it, you could upload a file that you have on your computer, or you can go to your media library. And since I don't have categories right now, this is this resident service voluntary winners or volunteer winners. Okay, so I would add that here. And then that's that first row. And then I'm going to add another 2 rows for this header and text module. So add a for each text module. Paste the header there. You could also do this. You could also kind of paste everything here and have the header and the paragraph underneath. I'm gonna do it as a header, and then the paragraph I'll have as a separate row, just so I can have more design flexibility, I guess would be the good word, and I'll explain that. So. Paste that here. I think the main reason was to kind of show the spacing with the row as well. So you have padding here. So there's margin. Padding here for that. Could remove padding at the top if you want to get a little closer. And then that's this next row. Oh. And then the next row below it is pretty similar to the row above. So this is an example where you could duplicate or copy the row, and you could also copy a row. So you can copy the row and paste it here. And copy this row. And then paste the row here. And I'll fix this spacing a little bit. Okay. And then you could just paste this for the header. You could also click in here and paste it so you don't have to always go into the setting. Oh. There we go. Okay. Of course, I can't highlight it right. You can Control Z to go back, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Okay. And then for this section, paste this. Okay. And then we have, I didn't copy everything. There we go. And then here, like for example, in this text module, you have your hyperlink there at the bottom, and you can go to the hyperlink and you can update the URL here. You can also have it going to a new tab, or you can have it just kind of going within the site if you don't want a new tab to be opened. And then also I could show some of like the design for like the hyperlink here. If you go to the text, this little button is for the hyperlink text, and you can see it's a different color. You can also have it be a different color on hover. You can make it green on hover, and you can also underline it if you would like the hyperlink to be underlined. So, just showing those options. Okay. And then normally too, after you make some updates, you want to kind of do this blue check here to accept your changes. If you escape out of it, if you click the red X, then it'll revert. It won't do any of the changes that you did. Next. This 2-column row with kind of 2 cards. So that's kind of another custom one that I have in the library. There will be more templates as well here, but this is the row 2-column cards. That's this one. Here we go. Get rid of the space a little bit. So I'll keep this padding. Okay. And then, so you can see here, even from the library, it didn't look like it copied one of the features of rows. So I can show this feature really quick. If there are multiple columns in a row, then you can go to the sizing here. This is kind of for the width, so you can make it closer together or further apart by using this custom gutter width. And then here you can do this equalize column heights, and then you can see the columns become equal. Okay. And then I'm going to add the call to action. Add that as a custom row as well. I can add from the library. If you needed to update in a call to action, if you needed to update the image, for example, you go to the row. We go to the row settings up here, and these settings are the same as the options that you have for the module. So you can move the row above something, you can duplicate it, save it to a library, copy it. And then in the row, in the background, you could edit the image to be something else. So this is currently the background image, but otherwise all the call to actions kind of follow the similar style. Then here you just have your heading text, or this is a paragraph here, and then another paragraph here, and then the button. And you can update the link for the button here. If you needed it to be like a number to go to, then this is how you would do it. And then last item, I think, for this page are these quick links on the side. These are kind of custom modules. And think about how you can help them. Actually, the annual report volume. I'll do this one first. And then you can add another one. It's the Chester County Library System. And then
one thing I want to add
Yep.
as you're going through this, Deshaun, is you'll see him going through and taking a custom template, like how he's creating those blocks right now. We're gonna add images to it. So when you go into that library, basically, you know what you're clicking on when you go and click it. So you'll see a picture of annual report and you'll be able to kind of just copy and paste that in there. So we'll kind of give you some sort of guide that kind of helps you with basically short codes or like a cheat sheet to putting certain modules onto certain pages. So we'll make sure we hand that over to you.
Yep. Have that as well. But yeah, that's then these 3 quick side links. And they should already have the links. Sam, to your point, if you were ever to kind of copy and create another one or update the links, you would have to add the title link and update the hyperlink here to make sure that you get this little, the hyperlink kind of at the bottom in the green. That kind of indicates what page this will be going to. And that's the, yeah, so that was kind of the quick example of how you can create a page from scratch. Any questions with that so far?
Now, how would you link that to a particular page, to the structure of the page then?
This page, how would you link this
Yeah.
to the structure of the page, like to a menu?
To a menu, yeah.
Yeah, so, and we'll go over this more later too, but then actually I'll publish this first. Let's see. Okay. So then I'll publish this so that we can see it. I just have to wait for it to save. Okay.
I'm sorry, where did you click to publish it? I didn't see that.
Yeah, so to publish it, it's going to be, well, there's this save button on the right, and if you save it down here, usually for the first time it shows drafts in blue and publish. There's this little green button that you can click to publish it. So there are multiple ways to publish it, but that little green button in the right where the save button is right now, that was publish initially. So that's one way to publish it. Another way to publish it, if you're not sure that it's published, here it'll say it's published, but you could always go to quick edit on a page and you can change its status from draft to publish. And you could do that when you're editing the page too, but that's just a quick way to do it. Then going to the menu, let's say, so this would be under, let's say this goes with the about menu, and let's say I'll just put it underneath the volunteers that's already there. Here you could see this example page number 1 that I just made. You would just go to add it to the menu. And then it's kind of here at the bottom. And then if you wanted it to be under this how you can help subgroup, you would just kind of put it there. And yeah, and that's it. And then it's going to be linked. So if I save this menu.
Yeah, and if you see if it's under a subgroup, that just means that's going to be in the drop down of the menu.
You will see it here. In this is the about menu. Oh, I'm getting a weird sound.
What you just did, we can't hear you, Deshaun.
What's that? Can everyone hear me now?
A little bit. You're pretty low.
I'm gonna try my headphones are having issues. I'm gonna try one more time. I'm getting some kind of like feedback.
Well, when you're closer to your laptop, it's much better. Like that.
We can go through a couple of those, Dushan, if you want, until you fix your mic.
Yeah, you want to go through your stuff around?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, because we can't hear you, Deshaun, right now.
Yeah, no worries. Like until you fix your mic, I can go through the stuff that I was going to show, or even like finish up yours, because I think you were going to show the duplicating a page, right? That's where you at? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, let me show how to do that. All right. So let's put this here. Give me 1 second. All right. Is everybody seeing my screen?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. So I believe Dushan was going to show how to duplicate a page, which is very easy. Once you create a page from here, new, or if you go back to the back end, you just create new page right here. I'm going to open it in a new tab. Going to take a second to load. Yeah, call it whatever you like. Example number 3, and use the visual builder or Devi builder. Same. It's going to take a second to load. It should be actually a little bit faster once we go live. It's just like all this slowdown that's experienced. It's because of it's in the development phase, and the actual website is not live, and that's why like the performance is a bit slower than usual. Yeah, but so basically, yeah, that's it. You just create the page and click on clone an existing one. So right here, you can choose from an existing pages, or you'll have a couple of saved layouts, like over here, the full width or with the side menu that I saved previously. Yeah, but like for example, if you want to duplicate the museum passes, just click on it, use this layout. And boom, that's pretty much it. Honestly, that's the easiest way to creating a page. Like if you want to create a brand new one, I would just duplicate an existing one, and just click on the settings of the text or the image, or remove an image, and yeah, after you're done, you just click on these 3 dots over here for more options, then you click publish, and that
Also,
should be it.
Aram,
Yep.
can you explain the toolbar from the bottom left all the way across?
Oh yeah, so there's different options. Publish, save as drafts. I'll start over here. This is import, export. Not gonna use that much. This is the history. If you delete something, like I showed before, you can always go back. Click Save Changes. Then this is the page settings. If you want to just delete everything, the whole layout, you can do that as well. If you want to download it, or you want to load a different layout from the library. This one is the different ports. You have the phone, tablet, and the normal desktop view. This one just zooms in, zooms out, and this is like the block editor, which is not as friendly as this. This is like in the old Divi builder, which we don't use really much. But these three dots are you're going to use sometimes just because of the disabled modules. Currently, like on this page, we don't have any disabled modules at 50%, but sometimes, which I'm going to show later on for the alert banner, and that one is, I believe it's like 50% lowered or turned off currently. But yeah, so you can click that. Oh, there we go. So this one is the mobile menu for that page. Right now it's showing at 50% opacity. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. It's showing it like this because it only shows on the phone. It's not available on the desktop view. But yeah, I'll always like leave this enabled just in case. Cool. Any questions? No? Alrighty. So let's move on to the next one, which is editing an existing page. Yeah, so let's show that real quick. Let's
I
not
have a
save
quick
it.
question. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
If you're in like the phone view, can you edit it from there, or is it just to view it?
Yeah, you can. Tablet view or a phone view, you can always edit, add brand new modules, load, do pretty much everything.
If it doesn't look right when you click on that view, you can edit it there and it doesn't affect the other views. Okay.
Yep, that's exactly what it does. Yeah.
Thanks.
So yeah, I'll show you that actually real quick. So in this example, do the mobile view as well as like if you want to change information on an existing page. So, you just go to it right away over here, click on or navigate through it from the menu or the back end. Then you just click enable the visual builder. And that will like enable you to, pretty much change anything on the page or, remove the layout or delete the whole page. You can do that as well. Yeah. So let me show an example real quick for like, if you want to edit the title, just go into the module settings. Oops. It acts weird sometimes. Yeah, so module settings and, just add text. And yeah, it defaults the style. It does like everything for you automatically. It's already been set up. Then you just click save changes. And, if you want to save the changes on the page from here and click save, or you can always click the exit visual builder and it's going to prompt you, do you like to save the changes? Or you're like, no, I don't want to do that. Just discard the changes. Oh, yeah, and same thing for pretty much the buttons, the home, let me show you actually the carousel because it's the settings is a little bit different, but the way you access them is pretty much the same. But let's see. So this one is actually updates dynamically on the front page, which will show in the events.
Okay.
Yes, I think we can hear you now.
Nice. Okay, that's good. Oh,
Okay.
Aram, I was
yeah.
gonna say before you left that Libby page, you could have shown like on the header that you added that text that you can go and just go to the text settings and do the different like tablet mobile view there,
Oh yeah, that's true. Should have showed that.
So that's kind of to Mary's question.
Yeah. Let me actually do that in one of the pages. Let's pick one with a carousel. developed one with a carousel. I'll just pick a random one. There we go. Enable visual builder.
Yeah, so you can kind of click through the views down at the bottom that Aram was showing to kind of do a general overview of everything in the desktop, tablet, or mobile view. But then you can also, when you're in a specific module, like the About section or something. Yeah, so this is kind of.
I'll show the tablet view, how it looks like on the tablet. And this is the mobile. And you can always, access
Yeah,
this
then you can.
from here.
Yep. And then if you access the let's say About there, Aram. This is something, and if you went to design and the text, like for the heading, let's say, or even this text, you can see the text color or text size, or text size, let's say, I think for the different, so
Yeah.
you can go there and you can give it different sizes for the different, then you see the different desktop, tablet, or mobile view.
Like if you want it larger on mobile, you can only set it on mobile that way.
And then if you were to go to tablet or desktop, it's going to show you what it looks like on the overall screen as well. Yeah, like this.
Tablet, maybe you want it a little bit smaller. You can do that. Big screens, also you can do that. Yeah, and that's, with every settings. Every module as well. You can like totally disable it on so it won't show on the mobile, or like change its settings as well.
And I guess to go to that, for the disabling, you could go to advanced. That's
Advanced
in the visibility. Yeah.
And ask you to disable it on like phone, tablet. Now we go into the phone or tablet. It's not showing. Just the button is there now.
Yep, that could be useful for certain things.
Yeah, cool. Any questions about how to edit like an existing page? Or everything is clear?
Nope.
All
Good.
right. Cool. Let's see. Let's move on. What was the next one? Events. Dushan, do you wanna show that?
Yeah, I could take that. So I'll share my screen.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think it's this screen. I borrowed a different headset from a different coworker, so I'm hoping I should not have issues. All right.
Get you one of my headphones.
Yeah, I needed that. And Jenna, I wasn't sure, but did you see kind of where this link came through? Oh, is this not the page? Yeah, you did. Okay. And it's for the About page. It's not here because this is a separate menu. This is the main menu. So you would have to add it similarly to how we added it for the About menu. You would just add it to the main menu here.
Okay.
Yep. And then going to the events. Okay. And I'll go to show those events. So here are the event tags. They correspond to the different pages.
Oh, I think we lost you again.
Yeah, we lost you. I'm not sure if you can hear us actually too. Hold on. He's not looking at the chat. Okay. Aram, just go through your items. We'll circle back to events.
Okay. Yeah, I think his mic is broken or his laptop. Yeah, let me share my screen. Everybody having technical difficulties today.
It's a day for them.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Alright. Oh, I think we can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe this one might just be I fat fingered the mute button. Okay. So maybe I'm good. Sorry about that. All right.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm gonna try again.
Yes, I will try one more time. Okay. So, all right. So I think I left off at, all right. The tags correspond to the pages. And for the home page, there are two separate tags. There's one for the featured event, and then the rest of the events just our home page. So for example, this Prepped for Growth right now is the featured event. If I wanted to make this Alzheimer's Association Caregiver Support Group the featured event instead, then I would just edit the tag to be the featured one. You can do it through quick edit here. I would take featured, this one off of featured probably, and put it to homepage now. So there's the 4. And then if I refresh this, it's gonna have the Alzheimer's one is featured. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so now this is the featured one, and these are the 4 homepage ones. Right now I have most of these, since there aren't that many events, they're just kind of the sample ones. They all have every tag, but the idea is that, you know, this one is obviously not for the business page, so you wouldn't have the business tag here. And also, okay, let's see. To add a new event, you would just kind of go to add new event here. And then there's just a few spots where you would have to fill in. So you would have to fill in the title. I'll just fill in example. In the content is where the date would go. I followed the same parameters as we currently have. It would be like this. And then you would select the category, whether it's in person or virtual. And then you would select which tag, which page it would go with. So I can make this one, let's say the events page. And then you can add the featured image here. And I'm just going to add the Spotify one, just a random one right now. And then the excerpt, you could also fill in, this is for SEO purposes and like for Google searches. You can either put specific tags here that you want, or kind of from a certain, let's say, like something like this, you could potentially
small
either
description.
put, yeah, either a small description, or even like potentially this, you could put in the excerpt. So that way, when it's going to show up kind of in search results, and then you would publish the event. Once it's published, I'm going to actually pull up the events. Now it's published, and once it's published, you could also update if you needed to later, or you can go to all events and update through quick editing if you need to do it quicker. I'm going to make one of the events pages not there anymore, just so they show up, and it's gonna, yeah. So now you see this new event here on the events page.
Sorry, Dushan. Also, if you can show her how to add like an external link to the actual event.
Yes, yeah. And actually, that was one part that I missed. Thank you.
Because yeah, all of the events are just, once you click on it, it's gonna take you to LibCal, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I was going
and
to ask about that. So thank you.
oh, that was that's gonna actually I can move this. It's over here. Okay, so it's underneath expert. That's this page links to. You would just put a custom URL, open this link in new tab, and say, put this one for now. And I would update it. And then updates. Okay. And then if I go to all the events, yeah, this little hyperlink kind of button too kind of shows that it has link. Before it didn't, and it tells you what the link is. But yeah, that's the main thing for events. If I were to show the module real quick, just if you wanted to add kind of either copy this module and add it somewhere else. So you would have 4 featured events on a different page for, let's say, a different category, whatever it may be. Then it would be this module right here. It's and if you were to put it on a different page, you would just add a different tag, and then you would just in this include terms, you would just say whatever new tag you created for a different page, you would just add it here. And that's how you could copy this over to a different page and have it show different events, if that makes sense.
It does. I do have a question. It looked like the existing tags did not include the Candid. I think the Candid community also has pages or events on there. So
yes, and that will be on there as well. I think that one I just didn't finish yet.
Okay.
So
okay.
that
That's
one
what I
will
just
be on
wondering.
there, yeah.
So,
Yep.
so like if we decided that maybe on the children's page we wanted to have a module like that, then we would add that tag, and then whenever we did anything, we would just add like children's or kids, and then those events would show up on that page only.
Yep. So you could,
Okay.
yeah, you would copy this module to that page, and then you would if you added the tag, as soon as you add the tag here, let's say whether you add the tag here or so this is one way to do it, is just to add the tag, add a new tag here, or if you were just adding a new event and you wanted it to be it was a new children's event, let's say, and you're just adding it for, like, this example one is going to, let's say, the children's page. Then when we're editing this, you could also add the category right away right here, or the tag right away right here.
Oh,
So we just
okay.
add the tag, and let's say we just add children, and then any new event, you would just make sure it's tagged with, well, I need to add it here. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
Okay.
you would just make sure it has that, update it, and then once this is refreshed, it'll have the children underneath here, and you would just select that. And I think I can show it real quick if I refresh it. But yeah, I'll just reload. But yeah, that's kind of it for events. And yeah, the Candid ones will be updated as well. I think initially we did a different module for the events, but we weren't able to kind of separate it into different categories for different pages. So this was a recent change. But let's see. Yeah, so now you have children here. If I were to select that here and refresh it, it should only show the one example post, I believe. Any other questions? Yeah, so there's the example post. Let's see. And I think the other thing I wanted to go over for events, let's see here. Do it here. I think the other thing I wanted to go over was expiring events, but I think currently for the webmaster role, I have to add that feature. So I can show that with the admin real quick, but that will be something that you're able to do as well. Aram, if you want to go over the blogs next, and then I'll go back to the expiring events and blogs real quick.
Yeah, sure. I'll show you how to set up the expiring blogs as well, because it's like a similar process too.
Yep.
Yeah, let me share my screen.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem. Alrighty, so for the blog/news, so anything here will update dynamically, but I'll show you how to create brand new blog post. Let's click on this one, possibly, just replicate, create a similar one like this. So what you do is from here, new or post, or you can go to the backend posts. You can click add new, or it's going to load, and you can click add new over here. So many options to create new blog posts. Yeah. So all you need to do is title.
I am going to. Sounds like I'm gonna like the
Click paste. And for the blog post, like I mentioned to you, Jenna, I made it like super easy, so you don't have to go into the builder and copy and paste modules and all of that. You can just copy and paste everything over here. You just have to click on use the default editor. I'll give you like a text box kind of place where you can put your text, and just start typing here. Or if you already have the content, just copy and paste. And yeah, that's, and to go into the settings, so you can add the featured image and categorize it. Just go in to the post settings over here. Let's do featured image. Let's select just any for now. Do this one. All right. For the categories, we're going to do news, so it can show it on the main page of the website, as well as you can put in excerpts as well, just a small description. I'll just paste this over here, and Dev page settings, just select no sidebar, because it's gonna do all the styles, is gonna add it automatically. You don't have to add any type of style.
Also, I want to add, if you scroll to the bottom of that right panel, writing an excerpt, it says optional, but I really recommend that it's required, and that's mainly because that's what Google sees as a description for a page or a post. So if someone's searching it, make sure that you write an excerpt that summarizes what they're reading.
Yeah. So here is like a preview of how it shows in Google exactly. This is the title, and this is the excerpt. That's how it shows when you search the blog post on Google. Yep. Yeah. So, well, let me change this title so it doesn't mix. Yeah, you just click publish and publish again. Then you can view the post, which is we can see, or if you want to see it on the front page, you just go into the front page and you're going to see that it adds it automatically. Scroll down over here, and that's it. Yeah, here's all the blog posts. Users can click on it, read the content, and as I mentioned previously, all the styles is gonna add it in automatically resize the image, the colors, it adds the sidebar over here, the quick actions, and it lets users select more updates and news, and it adds it to the footer as well. So yeah, you don't have to do any of that manual work. You just, copy and paste content, image, and the description of the blog post, and of course categorize it. Any questions?
How does the expiration date work on that one, on the news?
Good question. So let me go back to where you create the post, or you can always, click edit the post over here. And I believe it's on the right side. Let it load for a second. Yeah, it's not showing right now.
It should be under quick edit and posts if you go in the back end, Aram.
Yeah, and Aram, I think I might have to show it. I think it might have to do with the webmaster permissions.
Yeah, it showed previously. Well, I'm actually signed into our account. Oh wait, I have to. Yeah, share the screen. Let me log out. I'll log back in. But yeah. So once you go to posts, one way to set the expiring date is from quick edit. And did you guys say it's over here? Or you have to go into the actual post?
It's the checkbox, enable post expiration, right above update.
Oh, there we go. Yep, there it is.
Okay.
And that's when you select and switch it to draft or private, or just delete it if you like. Yeah, and you can always click on it from the actual editor, and it should be on the right side. Ah, there it is. Publish press, enable post expiration. Yeah. You just have to give the webmaster access to view that option, which Dushan is going to do.
Yeah, and for events, it'll be similar. On the quick edits, it'll be exactly the same. If you want to go real quick to events, if you do it through the edit event, if you go to there, it's going to be the same as it is for posts. But if you want to do it the other way, then it's also going to be on the right side towards the bottom. It's going to be publish post. Yeah, there it is. Publish press feature. You do it there. So.
Yeah. Cool. That's for the event. Log out and log back into your account, Dushan. So many accounts. There it is. Cool. So next thing, let's show. Well, already went through the blog post. Creative writing page. I believe Sam, you wanted to promote that in November or December. Yeah, so you just have to go in and create blog posts. Let me show you like this. Just a normal post, so it can shows it in the front page. And when you do, just put in like a promotional title or the same title as well, and a little bit of description, and as well as the image. Then just make sure to link the page to the actual link the blog post to the actual page. So, and to do that, it's like right over here. Let me actually find the web page to show you what I'm talking about. I believe we put it here. Makerspace.
It's under books and media.
Oh, yep. There it is. Creative writing. So yeah, you just copy. Thank you. You just copy the URL. Go back and just paste it over here, and you can open it in a new tab or just direct the user right away to it. And you can do that with every blog post if you want them to go into another website or some page on the actual website. You can put that over there. Cool. Any questions?
Nope.
Alrighty. So next thing is the websites for kids. We have these websites over here, and they could be added in the resources, which is from the back end. So let me show you. Over here, click on resources. Let's recreate something like this. Add a new resource. Title, description, and usually with those resources, we look externally. And the way to do that, same thing as the blog post. Where is it over here? Oh, there it is. So a custom URL. Let's put in this URL for now. And, excerpt, of course. And featured image. Let's do this one again. And we just have to select the category. So do you want that resource or the website to go into the kids? Let's do this one, for example. And which category? Arts and crafts. Or there's a whole bunch. I added all of them. Really, you can just have to select it. You don't have to create a new one. Let's do arts and crafts for now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You just click on publish, and let's refresh this page, and it should show it. Arts and crafts. And there it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Any question?
Nope.
Simple enough. Cool. All right, let's go to the next one, which is the alert banner. So the alert banner is the, I don't know if you remember the closing hours that we showed on top over here. It's like right under the header. I'll show you how to edit it, add text, or actually schedule it. So the way to do that is from the back end. Let's see, Divi and Theme Builder. Yep. And sorry about that. Yeah, so it's a part of the header. So you just have to click edit header. Remove that. It's gonna load, taking a minute. And there it is. That's custom closing hours over here. And to schedule it to only display the specific dates, just access the settings. You go to advanced and conditions. And over here in the conditions, you just click the setting. You can remove a condition or add a new one. And you know, in the settings, you can click the date, the time, and if you want it to be enabled right now or disabled. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's more settings over here. Display if the condition is true. Display if the condition is not true. And yeah, that's how. Any question about that? We can definitely write documentation, like a step-by-step on how to do this part, because could be a little bit complex, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we definitely need that written out.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we'll include like screenshots and description to make it clear.
Nikki often has to do that at like 6 a.m. So I think the clearer the better.
Right. Yeah. We'll do that. Yeah, I'll make sure, you know, I'll include screenshots and, you know, step by step on how to do it. Yeah. But after it's completed, you know, just click complete, then the 3 dots, then save. Alrighty. The next thing is the form builder. So forms like the contact us. Let me go back. Where are they? Right over here. So from the forms, I still have to add everybody's emails. This one is still work in progress. But I'll show you how to like create a new form, which is super easy as well. Go ahead, you head to forms, then click add new. Oh, this one is new. Create templates. Cool. For now, I'll just, you know, create a blank form. Create a blank form. Take it a minute to load. Yeah. And it's like has its own builder. So you just have to learn it a little bit, like add a single line text, a paragraph, and it already added the button. You can click checkboxes, first choice, second choice, and to access the settings, just have to click over here, and you can make it required. You can add a description. You can edit the choices, first choice, second choice, third choice. You can add more as well. And it added it right over here. If you can't find a field, you can always search for it. And there you go. Drag and drop. And, you know, this will do like the validation of the email and, you know, all the backend stuff. The spam production will like make sure we set that up so you don't get, you know, spam emails and all of that. Yeah, but after it's done, well, let's go to the notification first, because, you know, you want to be notified when somebody fills out the form. Oops, you have to save it first, actually. So click over here on the right side, save form, then settings, then notification. Yeah, notification, admin notification, edit. And the send, you just need to fill out the send to email over here. So you can put, you know, my email or anybody's email. Yeah, and if you want to add something in the body of it, there, you know, you can go advanced or reply to, or, you know, the form name. But all these fields are, the rest is like optional. This one is the most important, the required.
Also the reply to. Make sure you have that in case people reply.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, reply back. And then that one is really just you'll see like in the brackets in the top right of reply to, when you click the brackets over there to the right, far right.
Oh, right here.
Yep. This kind of goes over, you have to kind of dynamically get it from the form. So they enter their email. So you want to search up email in the merge tags. So if you search that up real quick around email. Now that email form, that's taking it from the form, so they're putting their own email in. So if you're getting that notification and you want to reply back to them, you just hit reply and it goes to that email from that certain notification. So that's going to be important as well.
Yeah, totally forgot about this part. Yeah, thank you, Sean. Yeah, so after it's done, click save or update notifications. And that's pretty much it. Let me show you the next part, which is like adding it to a page. Let's go with the contact us page because we already have a form. Just in case if you want to add another form and contact us, like a feedback about the website or you know, suggestions for purchases or something like that, you can do that. Let it load. So this is the contact form is over here. Let's add it right under it. Click this plus, search form, gravity forms. And yeah, it's gonna give you, oops. Sometimes it does that. It like reloads the page if there's like too much stuff going on. There we go. Do that one more time. Gravity form. And yeah, from here, you just select the form. And the one that we just created is this one, the example form. Click on it. And it'll load for a second. And while it loads, actually, if you want to, you know, change the title or the background, the description, you know, just all the styles are all controlled from here. And that's how you do it. And the button as well. Yeah, there's a progress bar you can add. There's a lot of options, honestly, in these forms. But yeah, anybody have a question about them? No?
No.
Cool.
Yeah, we can kind of set up some default styles, so you don't really have to worry about actually stylizing the form, just more of just making sure that the fields are what you need. So we'll set some defaults for you on that.
Yeah. And to delete it, you know, it's just like any other module as well. Just click on the delete. Alrighty. Let's discard changes. Cool. So we finished the forms. So all right. Next one is the header and footer. Exit the builder. I think I did. Oh, still works. Oh, never mind. So to edit the header and footer, just like, you know, any page, you can, you know, head to any of the pages and you just instead of clicking on the body of the page, you just click on the header and it'll ask you, give you that option. Edit the header template. Just click on that. And that's pretty much it. It'll go into actually editing the header. And you can like remove, add modules, change the colors, do everything from here. The only thing you can't change is the options of the menus, which Dushan showed previously, because those ones you control from the back end, which is over here, appearance, menus. And yeah, so that's, so to explain the different options of the menus, there's about, books and media. So all of those are the actual like sidebars on the left. Let me show you an example. Like the books and media. Is this one over here. So if you want to add a custom menu, you just have to select it from here. Books and media, select. Then you add, you know, the example page, or if you want a custom URL, you can do that. Custom URL, and you know, link text, add menu, and it's gonna add it to the bottom. And if you click save, and same process for the header menu that I was talking about over here. You just have to select it instead of, you know, the books and media. You just have to go in to the main menu, the primary one, select it, then add the links, or you know, the new pages. But first, let me show you the one that I just added in the books and media.
And Ram, you can show on any page too. You can get to the menu from that Chester County Library drop down, like on this page you're on right now.
Oh yeah, like over here.
Up to the left top, next to the plus new, like all the way at the top under the black, all the way to the left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to the right. Up. Yeah, like here you can get to the menus through here too.
Oh,
if you
okay.
don't, it's a quicker way to get you to the back end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here's the new sub page that I added, but you know, since it's not an actual URL, it's a broken page. Cool. Yeah. Any questions about adding a page to you know, the side menu or the header menu?
Nope.
Yeah, and pretty much same process for the footer. These are just text modules. Let me show you real quick. And images. Yeah, you just have to hover. And yeah, remove, link to, delete, do all of that. Yep. Cool. Let's move on to the next one, which is custom business hours. Okay. So the location and hours is this module over here. And the way to control or change the hours is from the back end through tools and custom business hours, which is CBH options. Just click on it, and we actually our team developed this plugin in WordPress. It's not available yet in the WordPress market, but we've been using it on our client's website because, you know, it's easy to use and set up, and you have to go into the builder and all of that. But yeah, so the way to change the settings is over here, per location settings, and you can choose Chester, Henrietta, right here. And here's the hours. You can select close all day, open all day, and you know, alternate time. And yeah.
So,
Sorry.
so our Hankin now is closed on Sundays for the summer.
Okay.
So we would just put close all day there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Select that one, and you know, save all changes.
Okay.
Do you want me to do that right now?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the alternate business hours are like any holidays. And if you wanted to add another date, like for example, just some specific date you knew that was going to be closed, you can do that there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see the add new time.
Yeah, and
So
I'll
that-
update that. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so the alternate business hours, I could put actually go in and put our holiday closings in there as well, so that on those days it would show closed in addition to the tab for the holiday closings.
Yep, that's
Oh.
exactly correct. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
There-
So
There's
you'll
a lot
see
of-
that it kind of highlights like the current day that it's on. It kind of does like a condensed time view. And it's basically your hours for the week. So if there is a closing on Sunday, then it's going to show closed on Sunday. If it's a holiday and that happens to be on a Friday, it'll say it's closed for that week. So it's
Mhm.
dynamic in that sense.
Okay.
Yeah. And here, update it
Yes.
automatically. You don't have to
Yeah,
go
that's
into the
perfect.
module settings and all of that. Yeah. And this map is interactive too.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Sorry. Lastly, I know it's probably over an hour and a half. Apologize about that. But I just wanted to show you how to add a user just in case if you have like a new employee or you just want to create a new account. It's super easy. You just click users and add a new user. And just have to type in their name, email, first name. You don't have to click website, and yeah, after you click it, it'll send them an email. They just have to check their spam folder and set up a new password from there, and give them the login screen and all of that. And always, like, if you have a question or feel comfortable doing it, you can always like email us and we'll create an account for them, as well as like if you want them to have a webmaster access just like yours. I believe you have to contact us actually to do that, if that's correct, right, Sean?
Yep, that's correct. It's going to basically default them to an editor so they can basically change pages and posts, but not really access forms or anything that webmasters really give you.
Okay.
And we'll kind of give you a sheet of like what the roles and capabilities are of each one.
Yeah, I
so
think
you can kind of understand that.
yeah, I think you gave that to us already. So basically all we could do is adding the new user, the default is editor. That's why there's no thing about where to put that there. Okay.
Yep. So you would just add editors. If you need webmaster, just let us know and we can add that account for you.
Okay.
Cool. All right, and I believe that's pretty much it, unless anybody have a question or you guys want me to show you something specific to the website, how to edit or do something, or y'all good?
I think I just have to try it out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is a lot of stuff. I mean, yeah, it takes a couple of weeks to get used to it, to learn all the menus and the options, and yeah, and don't be scared from like changing something or removing something. We can always like go back to a backup point, like from potentially 8 hours before or the day before, just in case if anything happens to the website.
Yeah, and I wrote down all the questions that you had, so we'll make sure we have an FAQ sheet, so we'll kind of answer those questions in depth and kind of give you some screenshots on how to do it. Also written down some additional documentation from some of your questions. So I'm going to go through those kind of steps. Is there anything in particular, like in the training, that maybe confused you and it would be helpful to have actual like written documentation on? I have the alert bar and I have adding a menu item to the primary menu. Those are my two main ones that I put down. If there's anything else, just let me know.
Okay.
And I mean, we'll have documentation for everything regardless, but if you want more for something else.
Okay, that was my question. Are we going to have documentation for
Yes,
everything
yes.
anyway? So, okay.
It will be for everything anyways, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think at least for me, I just need to read it first and after seeing it to really get a feel for
Oh, for sure. And if you have any
I'd actually
questions
do it.
then too, feel free to ask. And what else did I want to say? Yeah, so it can be a bit of a learning curve, but once you figure it out, I think it people like it, works really well. Are you guys in a, I guess, rush to get the users? I think right now our goal is, I guess, by Friday to push to production. Right now, this is the development site. When we push to production, that's when we'll hand out the users. And pushing production, it's not going live. It's just getting the production site set up and everything that goes with that, and then making sure that everything is still working correctly. And then the go live will be later.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah,
But
I think
then-
Jenna and I had talked about not putting too many users at first anyways, so I
Yeah,
think that's a good first step to go to production.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I kind of figured that because mainly I know you're mentioning there's some things you might want to change while you're in it. So we want to make sure you had access before that we went live so you can make any of those content changes if you wanted to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if we
have
want to add the events or the news as well, because I remember you mentioning you want to update those. Is that correct?
yeah, I think we'll need to, Nikki will want to do some of the events and Sam some of her events.
Mhm.
And then I just have some content that have changed, just as, the summer reading stuff is about to kick off. So all those pages have been updated on the current website. So those need to be updated on the new website.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. And then ideas for actually launching the website, a tentative date. Are we okay with setting something like that up today?
Yeah, I think so. We were thinking, I think you said mid-June seemed like a good time frame.
Now I'll let Deshaun talk about some possible dates that we can do.
Yep.
Okay.
But I mean, mid June is what we were thinking. But we were thinking as far as tentative dates, we have two options. I mean, and we're flexible the week of the 19th, but right initially we had June 13th or June 20th, if either of those work. I believe they're Tuesdays. And then the week of the 19th, we're really open kind of any day that week.
Jenna, if I can just say June 20th might work better, just with Juneteenth and all the other stuff that we've got going on. And I'm actually off that whole week before that. So if we were going to add more events and stuff, I think the 20th would probably work best for if we're thinking about that. But
we would
I think
actually
that works.
prefer to have someone once we launch, like just in case if we have any issues with the DNS provider and switching the domain name and all of that. And usually on that day, I think we're thinking about launching the site around 6 or 7 p.m. The after hours. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
the 20th seems good.
Okay. And I just want to make sure also with you all that for the 20th, 6 is, I guess, what we suggested for when to do it. It's kind of during working hours. Does that work for everyone? Or if we need to, we could always do it after hours too. Like I think after hours is what, after 8?
yeah, up to you. You can do it during the working hours or after, really whatever you prefer.
Yep.
I mean, I can stay late that day, so that's not a problem to do it at 6-ish and then see what's going on with it. And then we would just do more of a push to tell people that we changed it, though obviously it'll be obvious on the 21st.
Okay.
We don't want you, to stay too late, possibly like an hour or two after. So we can do it at 3 or 4 if you like as well.
No, I mean, I can just schedule my workday to be later that day so I
Oh,
can
okay.
be there to do whatever needs to be done. And I do have a question about, we should probably have our staff look at it before we go live. So for them to have a feel for what it looks like, unless we just need to display it at I don't know if we have a staff meeting before that, Mary, or not, but is that possible? Like, is there a, like,
I think
showing them?
Yeah, I was gonna say for initial, I guess, like test, once we have the production site, you can send them that link and
Okay,
they can look at
that's what I was
that.
wondering. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, we'll
So,
have a
'cause
staff
we'll-
meeting on the 15th. The 20th is a board meeting, so that would be like a good news to to announce.
Yeah, so like the 15th, I could do the staff meeting, just do a quick overview of it, and we would have that production link then, and that would give people enough time to look at it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds great. So
That works.
it's a good plan.
Yay.
Yeah,
For sure.
I can believe it's almost done. It's
Yeah.
been really fun to work at the website, honestly. Like I love it every time I, look at it. It's probably, designed it, me and Devon earlier.
That's why you love it more.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, definitely appreciate the patience and the kind words that you had across, this project. So definitely thank you for that. It's been great working with you. And finally, it's almost about to be launched. So this is the exciting part, of the project. So
The whole
I
world
appreciate all
wants to see this.
no, for sure. Appreciate all the collaboration and feedback too. So that's always super helpful.
Yeah, it's been really great working with you guys, and
Thank you.
I'm excited.
Yeah, really excited.
Is there any reason for us? Do we want to have another meeting before we go live too? I would assume, because we do have, it's in like 2 weeks, so we'll probably have our other bi-weekly meeting, and then we'll do the launch, and we can discuss any other follow-up questions then.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could do like the 14th at 10 again, probably.
Yep.
Just it'll probably be a quick one.
Okay.
So this is officially not goodbye yet. So
Okay.
and we'll have a meeting with you 2 weeks into, like, after launch, just to check up with you and make sure everything's good. That month after you launch, that whole entire month, like, we're here to support you, make sure that everything goes smoothly. It doesn't really count towards your hours for support. So that's just like our, like, deal with you to make sure that everything goes smooth. So if you have anything after anything goes live and you have questions, we're always here to help you. So, and that continues on, year after year.
Yeah, always endeavor.
That sounds good. Oh, that reminds me, the analytics and statistics and that kind of stuff, is that I've been getting messages from Google about our site needing to be updated, and I'm like, I think it's by July. So I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore these. So because of the new site for the analytics, is that something you guys will be setting up?
Sure. Yeah. I can integrate analytics into the site and set it up. If you can just send me the login for the Gmail and the password, so I can log in and do the connections with the website.
Okay.
But that's once we go live. Actually, I can't do it right now because the website is still in production. Yeah. So yeah, whenever we go live, I can do the integration.
Okay.
Yeah, we can set you up with Google Analytics 4. I think that's what you're talking about, by July. So that's like the new version of Google Analytics that's coming out. So we'll help you out with that for sure.
Okay, great.
All right.
Okay.
Other than that, any other questions?
I don't think so.
Awesome. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
Great.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
you too.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.